Yo, what is going everybody? Welcome back to episode 2 of Fallout Full Playthrough. Um, I'm trying something a little different, so I'm thinking we're going to do a voiceover, and essentially I'm just going to recap my experience playing the game and some of the thoughts I had at the time. So, where we left off, we had just gotten all the Minutemen back to Sanctuary, kind of built up some defenses for our residents, and now I'm making my way towards Diamond City, or at least I believe towards Diamond City, but I get jumped by a pack of really hungry cheese eaters. I can tell that, like, at this point in the gameplay, either I just got back from work or I was getting ready for work. By the way, like, I'm very rustily moving the controller around. This happens a lot. It feels as though, like, you do something throughout your day, and when you get back to what you were doing, it's just completely different than how it was. Gotta shake the rust off or something, but anywho, we wrap this up, go ahead and take the meat off of these fat little neck and mole rats, and then we make our way, I believe, west, continuing our exploration. I believe at the time I was just trying to get a couple like location markers that I could fast travel to. Anyway, we arrive at Rocky Narrows Park, and here's Yogi Bear. He seems not too happy to have found me here, although my shotgun wasn't too happy to see him either. And looking at the Yaguai in this game versus like New Vegas, holy shit, this is nothing, dude. Like, I'd actually pet one of these. You look at the ones in New Vegas, and you tell me you'd even put a hand near that thing, that monstrosity, dude. Holy shit. Anywho, yeah, I do a nice close range Molotov, hurting me in dog meat, and then look around for a bit more. And as I'm trying to equip some other things, we start getting attacked yet again. And well, what else would attack us? But you know, Boo Boo, Yogi Bear's friend. Who wrote this fucking script, dude? So I know I just said that the New Vegas Bears were bad, but are we talking about how he didn't just take the whole 24 mag, no problem, less than a quarter health? And I'm the one playing at the time. You're telling me I didn't think the swap? Holy, bro. This shit is like... Could you imagine if this is how we hunted IRL? We just walk around with a bunch of fucking BB guns and peppercorn and everything? It'd be such a pain in the ass to eat the food after. Okay, so now I'm engaging in melee combat with said bear. You know, my channel name does include Toke, and I often forget which channel name it is. But I'll tell you one thing, I had to have been toked up during this time. I mean, holy. Alright, now after fighting the hardest boss since Alduin from Skyrim himself, I go and I give Dogmeat a good old dosage, and we continue making our way. I want to say either west or southbound. We'll see soon. This is after I shoot the Cod Zombies Monkey Bomb. I don't know what those do. I assume they just make noise, but this is Fallout. There's a high chance they blow up. A lot of things in this game, as you'll see in future videos, blow up and absolutely stomp my ass, bro. Oh, actually, yeah, I remember this. So we go to Grey Garden now. Grey Garden is like this cool little greenhouse kind of, I want to say like research area, but it's probably just an agricultural spot. And it's all robotic ran. So the long and short of it is that there's no humans here working. And they give you this mission to go and help their water supply, I believe, or water factory, waterproof. It's something like that, you know. She'll say it, but as you can see, even during gameplay, I'm skipping through the dialogue. I'm very much a stimulation kid, you know what I mean? You gotta just jingle keys in front of my face when we talk.
It's a long...
Of course, darling. A lady knows. Now, robotics.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, you can completely forget this quest. It's not really relevant to the main story, nor is it something I explore much of. Um, Fun fact, last night, or, you know, yeah, I'll say it. February 22nd last night when I was recording some other footage. had a little power outage while I was doing that side quest. I don't think it's gonna happen. Skip. But you know, we keep moving forward. I find some very cool Destructo disc here on the ground. Krillin be damned because I surely just picked it up. And then I find this very cool tall metal man. His name is Paladin Dance. Him and the local military or police or whatever they are seem to be doing all right, save for this one fella here on the ground. And we're just getting jumped by the local crackheads and/or wildlife. Um, I decide I could help, and in some cases I do. For the most part, I just walk around picking shit up off of them and trying to keep these yucky people away from me and my lone wallet. I like how goofy the sped up kill cam is, I can't lie. But yeah, after me and my German Shepherd proceed to bite the local townsfolk and honestly cause more harm than good, we go back up to this funny metal man and we have a nice little chat about what it means to be a metal man. Um, I don't really think I'll be doing the Brotherhood quest, but it's easy XP and he does the majority of the work anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and just start this beginner quest here, get it rolling. Maybe I should keep talking. I heard it sped up. Fucking. Bro, that sounds like an actual Animal Crossing villager. But yeah, I mean, this is just a long and short waffle session. Then we go ahead and get our level up. I decided to put it into Hacker because we're gonna need to start, opening up some of these terminals as well as lockpicking. And the majority of my game plan is just lockpicking, hacking, um, and seeing where it goes from there. I'm not specializing in a certain weapon type. I'm just trying to make sure I have access to as many options in the game as I can for majority like main story shit. Anywho, right before we decide to go ahead and go there, I believe we run back up to the diner. Yeah. And of course, as soon as we get here, shit's popping off. So after becoming engulfed in a fire inferno, I decided to look and yeah, this little dude's peeking his leg out, and here comes good old Miss Trudy. He's just fucking whooping ass, man. So after she right hooks him and his head explodes, none of it was my help, mind you. I decided to go ahead and sell off a majority of this junk I just carry around. I don't know if you saw in the first video, but being overweight and unable to move happens quite often for someone like me who cannot help but pick up on everything that's slightly shiny. We get a little bit better about it as we move forward in the series, but I mean, I'm not leveling strength, or I'm trying to avoid leveling strength as much as I can. I've been letting that be my dump stat. And with that comes the inability to carry a lot of things. However, we have followers, we have other ways to get around this, so it's not the end of the world. And once we're done with that, we head on back to Sanctuary, and I fast forward through this as well, but it's just a little bit of upgrading, making this kind of decent pipe bolt action rifle with the suppressor on it. Like even now later in my playthrough, because this shit's chambered in like 308, it's actually really good for putting good damage numbers out. I don't believe we changed anything else about it. And this shotgun, we make it the long way. And that's kind of the whole ordeal with me and shotguns, at least my track record of gaming.
You ready to move out?
Going back to Paladin Dance after the fact, I decide, yes, we are ready to, in fact, start this quest. And in doing so, he does this super badass slow motion helmet flip. I'm going to keep it a stack with you. He had no reason to sauce on me like that. So we take a slightly sped up stroll all the way around the Commonwealth. And, I mean, it's not too interesting of a trip. We have a couple things on the way, like moving forward, we'll run into a band of raiders. At least after I'm done pausing, we'll run into them. I'm not too certain what that was, probably just a text, but anywho, yeah, moving forward, I'm using VATS trying to scout ahead and see what exactly is coming down to us. Of course, now, because I'm dubbing this in the future, like, yeah, I know what it is. I know it's a bunch of jackasses with, probably just pipe weaponry. But yeah, normally I try to get a little sneak hit or two in. We decide, nah, frick it. We're kind of with an 8-foot tall aluminum can, so he can take a majority of the aggro. We just start shooting down range. And, I mean, it works. We get all of them down. And as we move forward, we see they kind of took out this little merchant here. So Dog Meat hits a teabag, and we just start taking all of this shit because, like I said, If it has a take button, I really want to. I'm sorry that the debrief is coming from Alvin, from Alvin and the Chipmunks. Like, it's kind of charming in a way, and I think it adds more character than Paladin Dance has normally. But yeah, moving forward a bit more, we get a local bug infestation, and you're starting to see a pattern here. It seems like with almost every escort quest and Bethesda, you walk forward, you get jumped by 2 or 3 people, walk forward, get jumped by one big person, walk forward. And it definitely works. It adds a little bit, but it kind of makes the session drag on. So I think I might skip ahead a little bit and cut some of these encounters out from now on. Finally making our way to ArcJet Systems, I continue to loot goblin my way around and kind of forget that Paladin Dance is the one leading the way. So we make it there, he tells me,
Paladin.
Come on. This way. No time for chatter.
and after saying such a thing, he decides, in fact, yeah, now is the time to chatter. So as we start chattering about, our plans moving forward, it's kind of just we go in there, we beat up a bunch of Siths, and I could nuke him a little bit. There's like this big ass engine thruster down here, but I tried not to because I feel bad and I have a moral compass. So instead, we just go ahead and meander our way through, and like I said, it's a big old encounter. You got your knocked over Assaultrons and Protectrons and Yatatrons and all that shit. And whatever's put a hurting on these must be
Excuse me,
pretty
Paladin
strong.
Dance.
So just like my favorite saying, I'm gonna fight it. And fight it we surely do, because not a moment after getting this door open, I see some blue sparks coming through. And that means one thing. Institute weaponry. These, I don't want to use that word, these not so nice things that one could possibly have a word with that rhymes with rancor, or maybe danker, even tanker. Yeah, these things, they're kind of buttholes. They do have a lot of fusion cells, which my musket tends to use, and not yet, though soon. We get a nice upgrade to our laser musket, and it kind of becomes like a mainstay. Now, I'll be honest, I see a Deathclaw now. That thing's what I'm bringing out. But yeah, this is just a lot of back and forth with some Terminator rejects. They really could use, like, I don't know, a cosmetic or a paint job or something. They do have this mean, like, double left combo. I don't know how effective it'd be IRL if you hit someone with a left hook followed by a left downward swing. But try it at your local crackhead and let me know. Don't do that. Don't. I don't condone violence.
Engine cores ahead. Should be our final stop. Watch it. Pudding. Looks like the power's out in this section.
Yeah, entering into the reactor room. So, not too much goes on here. We make our way down the staircase, and it's a little too quiet. There's not really any enemies around. However, we do have this elevator with no power to it, and we, being the lone survivor, must be the one who solves everything on our lonesome. So me and Dogmeat moved down, and I can't help but feel like, this is a setup or something, dude. Something's not right. And then we see the iconic jump jet. I'm not gonna use it. I sell it. I won't even lie to you. This shit for the birds. And we play this little holotape.
Jeering, leering, laughing, mocking, taunting.
Oh, he graduated all right from high school. It's fine, I'm sure he took shop class. Oh look, he's reading the science mags. How cute.
Har,
Nice.
har, har.
Nice. I'm through.
Engine core power restored. Thermal engine fueled, primed, and standing by for your command. I cannot. Engine fueled, primed, and standing by for your command.
Over there! Got him! Looks like we've secured the core. Let's head up to the control room. We may have a problem.
And up in the control room we did. So moving forward, yeah, as you'd assume, there's a lot more sense yet again. And I mean, this is kind of the end of the area now. So we clear out the room ahead of us. We tend to any issues Paladin Advance has, and we kind of just make our way out. After this encounter, you'll see an elevator. We'll head outside and talk with him, where he'll kind of meander around wanting us to join the Brotherhood of Steel. Now, I do deny it, at least for the time being, as I don't want to close myself into a certain ending yet. This is my first playthrough on the channel, and I don't know, I kind of want to experience like a vanilla and a pure way to go through the game. Also, I mean, like, his armor's cool. Meh. I really don't use my power armor. In the future video, like, I'll use it for the glowing sea, and I don't feel like that's spoilers. This game's been out since, like, 2016, 2018, something like that. But yeah, I'll have to use it for the glowing sea. We make it there, and then that's the extent of my use with the power armor in this game. It definitely feels underwhelming compared to, like, it's in lore as well as other mediums of power armor in games and, you know, media in general. Like, you look at the Halo Combat Evolved armor, and then you look at the Fallout power armor, there is a big gap in difference. And obviously, it's like, yeah, we're talking space technology versus fucking rebar and iron. Alright, I'll give it to you. But, I don't know, I just feel like this game, you don't even have to be level 3 to have the power armor. They just kind of toss it in your lap. And they're like, here, enjoy. But, you know, it is what it is. We take it and we move forward. After this, I believe I go cut up a couple loose ends. I have this cool laser rifle that he gives me. I didn't want it. I end up selling it yet again. And yeah, I mean, at the end of all this, we get our last little level up.
That isn't necessary.
If I remember now, it goes into lockpicking again, or gun rank, or science. It's some either a way to upgrade things or a way to get into things so I can have more things to do. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start closing this out now. This has been Toke. I hope you guys enjoyed this voiceover content. It's new to me, but I'm not against it. I could take a little more time either writing a script and getting some better jokes in line, or just, kind of winging it. And in a way, it's more of a conversation as you and I watch this together. So, nonetheless, I hope you enjoy. I hope you like and subscribe. And this has been Fallout 4 Episode 2. I'm enjoying my playthrough very much.